So it looks like Melissa and Joe Gorga are finally speaking out and the man she allegedly had an affair with. Technically. Welcome back to the Kempire Daily YouTube channel, your #1 source for pop culture news and music, entertainment, reality TV, and so much more. As always, be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on breaking news when we go live or when we upload. So as you know, we've been covering this story since the weekend, since Teresa's big wedding, fantasy wedding. We did all the coverage, so be sure to check all of that out. But one of the reasons why Melissa and Joe Gorga did not attend Teresa's wedding was because of a rumor that came out at the season 13 finale. And that rumor was that Melissa Gorga had a kissy with Nick Barrotta, an actor from Divorce Court, Tyler Perry's The Oval. And look, we didn't know for a fact. We said allegedly, that he was the person. And I said to you, it's screaming storyline to me. But then I said to you, maybe, possibly. Well, now they're not speaking out directly. However, sources close to the Gorgas and sources close to Barrottas are speaking out and saying that they're laughing off the rumors. So Page 6 is getting this exclusive, and they're saying this. Melissa and Joe are not stressing over the recent cheating allegations about the Real Housewives of New Jersey star. Okay? They're laughing about it. An insider shares, noting that the claims Melissa allegedly had a tryst with actor Nick Barrotta are, quote, ridiculous. They've all been friends for years, and there are pictures to prove it. The source tells Page 6 that Melissa, who's 43, and Barrotta, who's 31, he's so good looking, I can't stand him, have always hung out in a group setting, and that the married Tyler Perry's The Oval star is still good friends with the reality star's husband, Joe Gorga. Sources close to Barrotta also debunked the allegations on Monday, telling the Daily Mail that the Divorce Court alum is shocked that someone would make up something so nasty in an attempt to destroy two families. And this is part of the reason why I said it's important for me to do the follow-up video. I don't want to just put out the sensational story and not give you a response. I'm giving you their side, okay? Through their sources, okay? The woman accused of bringing the rumor to the Housewives spoke to Page 6 exclusively on Tuesday, claiming that the Real Housewives of New Jersey star Margaret Joseph is the real pot stirrer. And here's the thing. I also saw that Margaret's ex-BFF, Laura, is it Laura? Yeah. Her husband was reaching out to Tamara Judge to be on the show to drop more tea, and Tamara simply said no. And then Margaret retweeted that and was like, even the husband is desperate. I mean, at this point, Laura and your husband, it is giving desperate. Like, why are you so emphatic about getting this rumor out that has nothing to do with you? I mean, I'm sure the producers appreciate it for the Real Housewives of New Jersey, but in real life, this is a real family. These are real families. So why are you trying to do interviews? I'm just trying to understand your intention. If it was your family that was directly affected, then I could understand, but it's not. So it just seems across desperate. And I don't blame Tamara for saying no. And so many of you are like, no, you should interview her. You should interview her. Some of you were tagging me. I don't need to interview this man because I don't like interviewing thirsty people. I said it. If it was the Gorgas, if it was Nick Barrotta that were reaching out, okay, tell me your side. Or if you had actual facts, if you had a picture. A picture. I just don't like interviewing thirsty people because you know what they love to do? They love to use media. Very much like these housewives. Housewives are to blame too. Like to use media. They like to use bloggers. They like to use these sorts of outlets to put out their own narrative, even though that might not be the truth. So Laura and your husband, unless you're reaching out to me with some facts and figures and proof, I don't want to hear it either. But Tamara's also in the mix of all these things. So it's hard for her to report. That's why people can't take their podcast seriously, because you're all in the mix. But you have a right to your opinion. So, continuing what Page 6 is reporting, Laura says, I stand by my truth. I never said the rumor was true. I said I was told by Margaret that someone saw that. I never said that Melissa did that.
I do not have time for this.
Why are you repeating it then? Why are you repeating it? I know what some of you are going to say, but you report on gossip all the time. That's my job. Laura's just doing it for what? What are you doing it for?
Where is it?
Oh, you want a spot on the next season of The Real Housewives of New Jersey. Well, that seems to be the beef between Margaret and her ex-BFF. And I told you guys this, and when I was reporting on this, be wary of those people. As soon as you have a falling out, they jump and try to tell all your dirt. Be wary of those people, because there are plenty of people that I have fallen out with. I really don't care. Fallen out with. I could ruin them.
Period. Dot.
But because as a tourist, it would take a lot. It would take a lot for me to ruin you. And very much like Candy says, oh, I'm not Michelle Obama. You go low, I'm going to go lower. Well, in all respect, it takes a lot for a tourist or ourselves to go that low. But don't test us. And this is a warning to everyone. And you know who you are. Or all of you who know who you are. Don't test us. So the Gorgas are laughing this off. As you know, they did not attend the wedding, Teresa's wedding. And the rumor about them sending a bill, Teresa sending a bill to the Gorgas is not true. Louis took to social media and says that is completely false and that Joe and Melissa were missed. This is what I can appreciate about Louis, because that was a class act thing to say. He could have been like, they weren't missed. No, he said they were missed. But we're not going to really understand how all this plays out until this new season. And I know that's exactly what the producers want. But I'm going to watch it. I'm going to watch it. Also, word on the street, this 4-part spin-off special that Teresa is getting, we hear is just 1 part, according to Oliver Anthony. And the rumors about there not being any food at Teresa's wedding. First of all, we've seen Teresa host too many times on The Real Housewives of New Jersey to even believe that rumor. But according to him, that's not true. There's plenty of food. Cocktail hour, it felt like it would have been dinner. And all the guests were saying that there was plenty of food. That's the last thing that I would have thought. But according to the Gorgas, they are laughing off these rumors about Nick Barrotta. Do I still believe them? Do I still believe that there's some truth to it? A little bit. I don't know, though. We don't know. Unless you have some hard evidence, Laura, you're just repeating a rumor. Did Margaret tell you that? I kind of do. Margaret is a pot stirrer. You're not telling us anything new under the sun. Margaret is a pot stirrer. We know it. And this is why so many of those housewives like Dolores and Jackie were scared of her. You remember what they said last season? You don't want to mess with Margaret. Why? That threw me off. I was like, what? Margaret of all people? Like, why would you want to mess with Margaret? Because apparently Margaret knows some things. She knows where the bodies are buried. All right, Margaret, do tell. I'm interested, though, in this new season. The producers have gone all out for the drama, and I'm here for it because it's going to secure a spot for many of these ladies that are on there. And there are some new ladies in the mix. That should be interesting. No word on when this new season is going to start, but they've officially wrapped. They're officially done. I'm sure the spinoff that Teresa is going to get. Sidebar, Teresa has a podcast. And so many of you, I've been reading the comments, so many of you were like, I'm not interested in a Teresa podcast. And I said to you before, the reason why Teresa does multiple interviews with people like Dolores is because Dolores will help keep the conversation going. Because Teresa, we love her, but she's not a speaker. But look, everyone's getting a podcast. I have one, Kempire Radio, but I can speak. I can get a flow of thoughts that makes you stay interested and stay engaged. Teresa, luckily she's doing it with someone else. But congrats, Teresa. I won't be listening.
Don't be rude.
I won't be listening. Teresa, we need more cookbooks. Teresa, stay in your lane. But Teresa knows how to make a coin. She has multiple businesses going on right now. Good for Teresa. I mean, word on the street is that never mind. Let's continue this conversation below, guys. I want to know your reaction to the Gorgas denying and laughing off these rumors. What do you think really happened? Do you believe that Melissa cheated on Joe Gorga? Do you? Let's have that conversation below. As always, be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on breaking news when we go live or when we upload. Thanks for watching.